click record. Thank you. It has been recorded. You're
Rita,
welcome. John. Yes.
I am trying to get you the host key.
Okay.
It's okay. I have we have been made co-hosts, so we can proceed.
Okay.
Thank you. You're welcome, Mofula Patrick. You're welcome, Sarah. I think you're welcome, Alan. I think we have some good quorum. However, I'm not seeing our speakers on the call. So for now, maybe we can start with praying as we open. For those that are new here, my name is Rita Nachanzi. I fellowship with Deliverance Church Makere Hill, and this has been organized by Deliverance Church Makere Hill. So you're very welcome. We are a very hospitable church. Please, if you're looking for a church to belong to, if you're looking for a fellowship to visit, don't hesitate. We are located next to Bativa Hotel. Come with a friend, come join us, and we'll be glad to receive you. You know, we are a cool where we are learning about even crypto. So let's pray so that when our guests come, they can just take us away. I'm just going to give an opening prayer. Father, Lord, I want to thank you for this session. Lord, I want to thank you for each and everyone on this call. I pray that you give Elvis and Ivas knowledge. I pray that you speak to each and every one of them. I pray that even us, our hearts will be willing and ready to learn. And also, Lord, I know that you're the God in charge of seasons. I pray that just like the sons of Issachar, you teach us what we ought to do in this season with all this knowledge. I pray that this will be beneficial to the church and to the kingdom of God. In Jesus' name I have prayed. Amen. You are all welcome. For those that have just joined, my name is Rita Nachanzi, and I'll be your moderator for the day. I have seen our guests on the call, and because I know we have so many questions, or they have a lot of stock in us, a lot of things in stock for us. But what's happening with my English today? Anywho, I see Elvis is already on the call, and I don't want to take a lot of their time. If you have a question, please, you can write it in the chat. You can write it in the chat. You can send it directly to the chat. If you feel like you'd like a private conversation, you could send it to me, and I'll read the question to them. So our guests today come from Mitro Plus Lab. I hope that's the pronunciation. They have a very active website, so you could go and get a lot more information from there. Mitro Plus Lab deals in blockchain, metaverse, and artificial intelligence. And one of their goals is to build a financial tech literacy community and also have that benefits of these technologies. So they are here to teach us about cryptocurrency, and one of the questions people were asking, is crypto a scam? Is crypto a scam? Even Abmark is here. Thank you so much. So they were wondering, is crypto a scam? Is it a pyramid scheme? And I think you cannot judge before you know about it. That is why we are here, and that's why the professionals organize this, so that the people may actually learn about crypto and also the misconceptions and how they can benefit from cryptocurrency and how this can also benefit the kingdom of God. So for now, I'd like to welcome Elvis and or even Abimak is here. Yes. I would like to welcome you. I don't know who is speaking first, to tell us more about Mitro Plus Lab, but most importantly, to tell us about cryptocurrency. Elvis, you are welcome. I have made you a co-host so that you are. Elvis, we can't hear you. I think you're on mute. Is it? Yeah. We still even have a guest there, but the guest ran away.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, now we can hear you.
Okay, perfect. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm very excited to be here to talk about this technology that people have really misunderstood, and others are trying to really wonder whether it's not another Ponzi scheme or scam that has come to town. But Elvis Bongomin, I'm part of BC, at least for the past 2 years. But I work primarily for the Ministry of Energy as a systems admin. My training is in IT, but also other than that, we came up with a friend of mine reached out to me. We started a project. It was we were trading cryptos, or some people have done forex trading for a while, but at the time we were trading crypto because he had hit it big in crypto. So we decided to ask ourselves, why don't we find a way to promote this crypto so that we build a crypto-friendly community here in Africa. So we teamed up with a couple of friends from locally, Uganda, some from South Africa, and some Nigerians. So the vision was to promote blockchain, artificial intelligence, and the metaverse, primarily to harness most of the benefits that it comes with. But people's hands have been burnt in this industry, in the country, but it's not because of crypto, but it's wide. Someone came to Kampala and created a company, called it Dunamis Coin, and bagged almost 10 billion Ugandan shillings, but it was a pyramid scheme. Now, here we are not a deposit-taking institution. One of our core goals is to promote by educating the masses, the locals. And let me see if I can share our website so that I can speak from with something that is out there. Please let me know if you can see my screen. Rita?
Yes, I can see your screen.
Okay.
And I've also shared your website in the chat. So
good. So our website, as you can see, my colleague who is also the team lead and founder, will come through. We run classes. We have a cohort 3 of about 300 to 500 students that we are taking on right now. The class that should start in the next 19 minutes. So I think we are trying to work around it, but he's going to join us shortly. He promised me he would be here. But what we're doing here, we are promoting financial technology, we are promoting artificial intelligence and financial markets, blockchain, and Web3, most importantly. Our drive is to establish and support 1,000 blockchain literacy centers across Africa by 2026. We have progressed significantly on that, and we are on course to achieve that. MicroPlus Lab serves as a pivotal education hub for Africans, focusing on transformative technologies of blockchain, cryptocurrency, and the metaverse and AI. Our goal is to navigate these innovations responsibly, promoting understanding to ensure their beneficial applications throughout the continent. We are committed to transparency, education, and competition, aiming at positioning Africa in the world. So that is really basically what we are doing. And just to give you a small hint on what we have achieved so far, MicroPlus Labs, we've trained over 3,000 Africans so far who are out there trading as we speak. And we continue to trade. Like I told you, we have the third cohort. So we started in 2023. We took a class. We did another class in 2024. And during that second class, we decided, why do we just teach these things? Let's create a cryptocurrency token. I'm going to come back to the basics of all this. I just want to give you a preamble of who we are. And we created an educational meme token for those that know about cryptocurrency. What I'm wearing right now is the emblem of the token that we created. We created what we call the Afro token. Afro Token Sun. We listed it on the Tron ecosystem, and it's trading there live. Since then, we have been listed on about 2 exchanges that we paid for, but in the last month, 2 other exchanges listed us just because they got to hear of what we are doing and how loud our noise have been made. But how did we get to this point? All of you have heard about, there was a story of a guy that was abducted by some people that were purporting to be army men. They abducted him and withdrew over $500,000 from one of his wallets. But to give you a hint on what has happened so far, all these people we have made significant progress. Arrests have been made by the help of the blockchain technology. So I know Festo is already here. He's called Iviabi Festo. I heard you, Rita, struggling to mention his name, but Festo is already here. Quickly, I'm going to take you on the evolution of money, where money has come from and where money is and where money is going. The matrix is changing. The matrix is changing. And then I'll take you through a presentation on the blockchain. So please pay attention. We'll try our best to answer all our questions. Then Festo will come through and share everything crypto. He's the crypto mogul in Uganda here that everyone hopes to listen to. I do the technical support service at MitroPlus. And I hope to give you the technical side of things. Festo will give you the real basic types of where we are as a country and where we are standing as a continent. Well, the evolution of money, very quickly. We've all gone to school and we've heard of something called stage 1 was barter trade, where you had a cow and you wanted to buy a cat. And then Andrew will come with a cat and say, Elvis, I'm offering you a cat. I need that cow. Or swapping. That evolution is where stage 1 of finance in the world. Now, we evolved from that because it wasn't making sense. So we got to precious metal, where we had the gold coins, the silver coins. You know, our Lord Jesus Christ was also betrayed for some metallic coins. We moved from that stage and came into right now what we call the paper money. But it's known also as the fiat currency. The shillings, you have your note. Andrew, please give me a note. I know you have money. So we had the note where you'd come with your how many shillings, and then you use those shillings to buy another shillings. Yeah, this here, the paper money. It came through where you would use this money to make a transaction. Now, we evolved from stage 3 and went to stage 4, where it was all about entries and spreadsheets. Now you don't need to carry money to make a transaction completed. I love how my wife does it. She has every contact for POC, and she will just call and POC will be availed and transactions will be done. All of you know that story. And I'm not finished. But yeah, we've all made transactions and paid for a service and not touched paper money because there are entries and spreadsheets being managed by a certain firm somewhere that we don't know. We come to stage 5, where we are now, which is now cryptocurrency, which is the transfer of digital assets. You'll want to call them cryptos, but these are digital assets, really. These are assets that carry value, which you can use to make transactions. All we know today is Bitcoin, but world over, there are millions of cryptocurrencies. There are multiple cryptocurrencies being created each and every day. If I would share my screen again, the data is there, thanks to the blockchain. To be exact, as we speak, there are over 17,229,000 cryptocurrencies existing. This is there, and this is tradable over 833 and 23 exchanges. I'll talk about those. And the crypto market cap listed on CoinMarketCap, those who will want to investigate more, is standing at a staggering $3.2 trillion world over. And this figure is still growing every day. Now, we have seen Bitcoin transacted. Bank of Uganda came out to release a dossier on trading cryptos, and this affected the shilling about 3 years ago. Today, the same Bank of Uganda is coming back to talk about creating its own central bank digital currency, a CBDC. This is where we are. We have moved from that land of barter trade to now transfer of digital assets. We've had Trump come in with in his campaign, came in talking about Bitcoin as they were going to invest in Bitcoin. Institutions have invested big on Bitcoin. Just 4 years ago, Bitcoin was less than $10,000. Less than 4 years ago. Today, Bitcoin is at a staggering 100 and I think 6 or 4. It's $104,000. One Bitcoin. You've bought land, you've kept it. No land is going to give you how many X's that you want. But we are in a stage where there's a lot of transfer of digital assets. Imagine you bought your Bitcoin 5 years ago, one Bitcoin. It would be 10 times its value today as we speak. 10 times. So this is where we've come from. But also on the technological side, I want to talk about the evolution on the tech side. We come from a generation of Web 1 around 99 to 2004. We had websites, the World Wide Web, where we were just reading what is there. We had a sort of brochure kind of website that you would come, just read a brochure online. In 2004, there was an evolution, an upgrade, the Web 2.0, which some people would like to call Web 2, brought in the emergence of social medias, where it turned from a read only, but to a read and write. So there was exchange of communication. You would interact with the website. It's still running, till present, but it's now changing. About a couple of years back, there was the emergence of the Web 3. Now, the Web 3 is where you can read, write, and execute. So you can communicate with the web, but you can also live in the web. You can also transact in the web. So you've heard of things like the VR, the virtual reality, the augmented reality, artificial intelligence, the metaverse. All these things, you've heard of the hologram. So all these things is as a result of the Web 3. And now the Web 3 gives you an opportunity to live online and also be able to transact online. But now you'll transact with the currency online. You've heard of the non-fungible tokens, what we call the NFTs. It's big business out there. The founder of Twitter, sold his first tweet, a picture of his first tweet, for $2.9 million. $2.9 million. You can convert it to your shillings, but when you're talking cryptocurrency, first put shillings aside. The first tweet, there were 4 words. I think it was something to do with I'm testing my tweet. He sold it as an NFT for $2.9 million. That's where we are today. Nelson Mandela's arrest warrant. This is digital art, meanwhile, was sold for a hefty, I don't know. Let me see if I can find it. The original arrest warrant of Nelson Mandela was sold as an NFT for a lot of money. I cannot recall the exact amount, but I'm sure it is online. But yeah, all this, I'm trying to bring you up to speed to know where we are today and where the world has reached. So if you thought cryptocurrency was a scam, you were being left behind. I've told you, Bitcoin 5 years ago was less than $10,000. Today, as we speak, it is over 104,000 US dollars. And if you have it, you're rich. You're rich. So this is where the world is going. But very quickly, all this is driven by a technology called the blockchain technology. And like I said, I'm just trying to lay a preamble so that we get to understand what's the driving force behind this. It's not bring someone, you will get something. No, it doesn't work like that. It is the most important thing is us teaching the masses out there to understand what is happening, where we are, where the world is. Someone was saying, I will die with my agriculture, but just know, blockchain is already in agriculture, and there are people that are using it today in Uganda. Blockchain is entering into the health sector. Blockchain is already being used. Your SIM card is registered on the blockchain, your SIM card that you're using, because the government is managing identity. And so they use the blockchain to manage that crisis of duplication of identity. So I'm going to dive into what the blockchain is and what the blockchain is doing to us. So very quickly, again, if you haven't understood anything, please write it down. You're going to ask. I want to dive into my presentation and speak to what blockchain is, because someone might wonder, this blockchain. Let me give you a very quick example. Imagine four friends go out for dinner, like we always do. And we reach there, and a one rich Mr. Elijah decides to pay the bill because we could not afford the bill. And we will put money together and refund Elijah. Now, assuming the bill was $10, or let's make it a cryptocurrency and say the bill was 10 Bitcoins. So 10, that means we'll all send him 2.5 Bitcoins. Now, how this works is I could send Elijah his money, but then Andrew might fail to send his money because the bank app is not working. Rita might fail to send the money because her network is down. So the blockchain tries to harness all these facts. But also, when I send this money back to Elijah, this transaction is written. Remember, whatever transaction is written on the blockchain is spread. A block is created for that transaction. And this transaction is written on my block, and it's also written on Andrew's block. These transactions cannot be changed. Once it is registered, it has to be confirmed across the entire blockchain, all the blocks that are available before it is executed. But this works seamlessly and fast, thanks to technology advancement. Now, the moment Rita sends 2.5 Bitcoin, she will also create a block that I will receive on my block, and Andrew will also receive on his block. This is how we manage to crack down the criminals that stole. Now, if the third person, let's say the third person is Benjamin Macheri, also sends this money, we will all not have Bitcoin on our blocks, but we will be able to see the transaction. If Rita sends what she doesn't have, it will not be executed. It might be written on her block, but it cannot be checked on my block or Andrew's block or Elijah's block. So these blocks are interconnected and ledgers are kept. The way you have your business and you keep a ledger, on the blockchain, all ledgers are connected and all transactions are open for every block to see. So there's no way if you are to hack, you are going to hack the entire blockchain. So that's why they tell you, even when you create an identity, this identity is a pseudo identity for everyone. Everyone will see. Okay, quickly, let me dive into the presentation I have today, and then I don't want to keep you guys waiting so long. I came up with a small presentation so that we can understand. I hope we all can see it. Just confirm to me that you can see my presentation.
Yes, we can see your presentation.
Good. Now, simple. The presentation explores the fundamental principles of blockchain and will delve into the diverse applications, and it transforms various sectors globally. Like I told you, the blockchain is getting into the aviation sector. The blockchain is getting into the agriculture sector. It's getting into the health sector where you keep your records are out there. It is pseudonymous to you. It's not an open thing that can be seen by everyone. Your identity cannot be known, but you have a unique signature to you that you know. That is how we can track who you are and where you are and what you're doing. So quickly, what is blockchain? Blockchain is an advanced database. Blockchain is an advanced database mechanism. Like I explained, these are multiple blocks that have ledgers written across them, and it enables transparent information sharing. Like I already explained, it's a decentralized ledger, decentralized in a sense that you manage your own ledger, but everyone has access to and can see it. Now, if I had an access to your wallet address, I can know what is in your wallet address. But the only problem why I said it's pseudonymous is I might not be able to tell that this is Rita's wallet until Rita has given me her public identity for me to tell. Now, the blockchain are distributed ledgers across network nodes. Like I told you of the block that is created when I pay, Andrew has a block, Rita has a block. Now, those would be the nodes, and these records are it records transactions securely and chronologically. This was created in 2008. Most of you know that's when Bitcoin was launched. Now, the blockchain is secure and immutable. It is very secure that for you to hack one, you have to hack the entire blockchain. And immutability is in a sense that whatever transaction is written cannot be altered. Sorry, the blockchain class that I told you about has started. I just need to turn it down. Now, how does this blockchain work? I tried to give you a brief explanation of what it is. Record transactions are recorded with complete details, and each transaction includes timestamp. I wanted to show something I did earlier today, but I think I'll get to that. I hope the trade hasn't gone haywire. Validity consensus, network participants validate transactions, and this occurs throughout the consensus mechanism. Like I told you, if Rita wanted to send something that she didn't have, it can only be verified on her side, but it can't be verified on Andrew's side or Elijah's side or my side. And that transaction will end up failing. So everyone on the block has to validate it. It doesn't happen. It's done by computers. You don't do it yourself. So one might be wondering, would I be there looking at my phone all the time? No, it doesn't work like that. But this helps us break down on the duplication. For instance, I'll give you an example. Today in the bank, let me just ask a simple question. You will go to your bank and deposit 100,000. On your account, they will show 100,000. Rita will wake up in the morning and go to the bank and borrow 100,000. The same bank will pick your money and credit it to Rita and record Rita has 100,000. how much does the bank have? Think about it. So these double entries are ruled out when it comes to the blockchain. Now, third is these blocks are linked via cryptographic hashes. You remember I told you it's an encrypted process that you cannot tell someone. Everyone has a public key and a private key, but these keys are pseudonymous. They are encrypted by cryptography. Now, everyone has a hash. How do I explain this hash? Everyone has a hash to enable the transaction happen, the cryptographic transaction happen. And this creates an immutable chain. Now, the hash is what makes it unchangeable. Now, the fourth thing is these ledgers are distributed. They're unupdated. All participants have to receive a transaction, and new ledgers are also received by all participants. Now, the key characteristics of the blockchain is one, it is decentralized because you manage it yourself. No single controlling authority exists. And this is why governments are fighting it so much, because it takes away the power from the middleman and the government. Power is distributed among participants. If you woke up today and you wanted to send Bitcoin to someone in America, it can happen in a minute. Two, there's that immutability. You cannot alter, you cannot change anything. Records cannot be altered. Once confirmed, they are all permanent. Thirdly, is the transparency. All transactions are visible. They are seen by network participants. Everyone can see a transaction. The day my friend was abducted and the money was stolen, all we needed to get was get his address and put it on the blockchain. And we saw all the transactions. It is there. You can even do it now. They are there. They can't be changed. Now, there are 4 types of blockchain. There's the public, which is where open participation is key. Full transparency is offered. Bitcoin is an example of a public blockchain. The private, access is restricted. An organization controls it. There are those private blockchains that are restricted. There are also consortium blockchains that are created by a certain consortium, a group of companies, a group of individuals specify what they need with that blockchain. They're also hybrid. They can be they are customizable features. It combines public and private blockchains together for you to operate. And this offers flexibility. Finally, financial service applications. It gives us cross-border payments, reduced fees, and faster transaction. You're not restricted by geopolitics to get this thing done. You can do it anytime seamlessly. Now, the other unique feature with blockchain is what we call smart contracts. Now, this is where the insurance companies are coming in. When you write a contract, these contracts are permanent and they are run by the blockchain themselves. Say you take an insurance policy and it is on the blockchain. Now you will pay the insurance, but the condition is if this damage, say you insured your car, your payment can be executed when you get the vandalization or the vandalism of your car or the accident that you got. The blockchain automatically, because of these smart contracts, and one thing that is interesting with these smart contracts is, you remember the immutability concept. Once written and launched, you cannot change anything because of the blockchain. Now, the same with the insurance company. You have your insurance policy, it's on the blockchain. Once something happens, you don't have to wait to go and report. As long as the hash is true, the blockchain will pay you out. Two, the other example I can give is for there's a crowdfunding application that runs, I think, in Europe, or I've not seen it locally in Uganda, called Kickstarter, where they create an idea. Say I have a book, I'm going to write a book, and I'm looking for crowdfunding. Now, whoever will contribute for that fund will receive a copy of the book. Say that is the condition. Now, if you do all this, the fund will be collected. If you do not execute the condition that is put to it, you will not receive the money. Now, that is Kickstart, how the system works. But in blockchain, the contract is written that if you do this activity and you don't fulfill, the blockchain will automatically reverse the money to the funders. I know people who have run there's a gentleman in Kampala here that is building hotels using smart contracts, and it's on the blockchain. Everything is running, he's getting money, and this is running. Now, thirdly, there's the identity issue, the KYC and fraud. The blockchain enhances identity verification and prevention. Whatever you do, as long as you're on the blockchain, we will know. Everyone will know. Now, what does the supply chain of the blockchain look like? There's product tracking, end-to-end visibility, and is achieved from origin to customer. Inventory management, real-time updates are provided, and this enhances transparency in stock. Authenticity, verification of ethical sources reduces counterfeit effectively, and documentation. The streamlines customs clearance and paperwork is minimized. Everything happened seamlessly. Let me go to, I think I'll skip this. I've elaborated a lot about this, the data management, the supply integrity, clinical trials, claim processing, drug prevention. These are some of the things that, this is data from that I picked online. But if I come back to the identity bit, today, I think the company was called Savannah something that UCC hired to help get all SIM cards in Uganda registered on the blockchain. So as you think these things are not happening, you're already utilizing one of the technologies on your phone because your SIM card is registered on the blockchain. Now, government and public sector application, how are the governments using it? The digital identity that I just told you about, about your SIM card. Well, the same can be applied to voting. I hope it can be executed. I don't know. But this is the best system that can be employed to voting because transparency, the election will be as transparent as possible. If you have a grudge, everything will be on the blockchain. And people are now registering their properties on the blockchain. Landowners, I know there's a land investor here. This is an opportunity for you to delve into this thing. So what does the future hold for us? The future holds emerging technologies. I don't know whether we've heard of the Internet of Things. We all have heard of artificial intelligence, but also there's big data. We can manage big, huge data on the blockchain easily. And that's a discussion. I'm trying to be as simple and basic as I possibly can. Enterprise adoption increasing across many industries, business modules and transformation, mutual regulation, and all that. That's really a nutshell of how the blockchain is operating across the board and how it is being applied. Now, that's the technical wing of it. Andrew, I don't know whether this money is mine now, but thank you for the offering. Rita, allow me pause here, and probably many people would want to hear what Festo has to share. But yeah, with what we've done, we've used the same technology to develop our token that there are even some people that I know who are here that are holding the token that we developed at MicroPlus, the token Afro token. I'll give it back to you, Rita, and probably I'll answer questions after we are done. I hope we can take everything on and then come back. Rita?
Thank you so much. This was very informative. I had made Festo a co-host, but I saw him leaving, so I don't know if
He's around. He's on call.
okay, okay. So he can unmute and
Yes, thank you so much, Rita and Elvis. Thank you so much for the presentation. My name is Festo Iviabi. I'm a cryptocurrency trader, blockchain developer. I'm a pilot, a farmer, and a father and a husband. Elvis, I'm not going to let my camera be on. I wasn't prepared for this camera, but at least through the introduction, it's been on. I pray that everyone is fine. We are here to talk about a very interesting topic about whether cryptocurrency is a scam or something. You have had a very good introduction about cryptocurrency and blockchain, thanks to Elvis. And I'm going to briefly run through things that I might not have. Because I came in and broke off a bit. I just want to run through maybe 2 or 3 sentences that I want to be sure that people already know and have understood before I go and address the question. We've already, Elvis has already talked about blockchain. Blockchain is the underlying technology behind cryptocurrencies. Blockchain is the underlying technology behind cryptocurrencies, and you could compare blockchain to internet. The internet that we so much depend on was not around a few years ago. The internet was adopted in the early 1990s. Most of us were young, and probably some of us were not yet born. So the internet enables the transfer of data from one place to another, and blockchain enables the transfer of value from one place to another. So it is as important for you to know what blockchain is as much as you know what the internet is, because life depends on it. And a lot of life is going to depend on the blockchain. Why? Because everything zeroes down to value. Value is money, and value is your identity. Anything of value can be recorded on a blockchain, like a will, a deed, a title, a license, absolutely anything of value. Your identity can be recorded on the blockchain. So most of our topics have been about money because it's what is sounding mostly, which money on the blockchain is cryptocurrency. And we all know how important money is in the world. In the very beginning, the first currency was tribal wars. One tribe would go fight another tribe, they would get what the other tribe has, and then we come to everything that Elvis has been taking you through, barter and everything. But the most important thing to note is that money arranges the double coincidence of wants. If I am a potato farmer, I would need, and I need a chicken. That means I would need a chicken farmer that needs my potatoes, and I would exchange a basket of goods to him in exchange for the chicken. So if I do not find that chicken farmer that needs those potatoes, I have I don't get what I want. So that's the double coincidence of wants that we are talking about. Money easily arranges that with the magic of price. Yeah. So we saw this money transforming from gold from silver to gold to paper money, still because of the concept of double coincidence of wants. Still because of the concept of double coincidence of wants, and because it is value, it has been going on and on and on. So the world is developing. As technology develops, it also money also has to develop. The way people have to exchange value has to also be updated, because you'll find that the old systems will not be able to work. For example, the present banking system works this way. You have cash here or card. If you go to a merchant will have a point of sale machine, or even a receipt for you. So when you pay your cash or use a card, you're literally passing through the trusted third party, which is the bank, the owner of the point of sale machine, or the central bank, the owner of the cash. for you to be able to get what this other merchant, the seller of the chicken, wants. Yeah. So in today's banking system, we have what we call a third party. We have third parties that facilitate our trades. That is how today's banking system works. If you have a card, present it to a shopkeeper and you need a laptop, the shopkeeper will literally put it into the point of sale machine. And what literally he's doing, he's asking the bank, the trusted third party, whether you are credit worthy or whether they could be able to transfer the value, the laptop, from their shop to you. So basically, they facilitate trade. And these middlemen usually have costs in the middle. We usually have to put costs of these middlemen in the middle. And these middlemen are the central banks, the commercial banks, mobile money agents, telecommunication networks. These are mostly the middlemen. And there are several other middlemen. So there are a lot of disadvantages of this money. And they are now, you realize that they have several disadvantages that people have been able to exploit in this advancing technology. We need to accept that the data contained in this main financial infrastructure is centralized. It is centralized to these middlemen, okay? It is centralized to these middlemen. Usually, if you want your bank statement, the bank needs to provide you that. So they have the authority to withhold it if they do not want you to access it. So it is centralized. The data contained herein is centralized. It is not encrypted. It's generally not encrypted. And it has been subjected to repeated breach. We have had a lot of banks being stolen by their own workers, by hackers, by the system itself, and anyone with the right amount of pressure can be corrupted. But with the blockchain, it solves most of these loopholes because the blockchain works with mathematical algorithms. It works with numbers. There's no way you're going to corrupt a number 1 to become number 2 because these are the rules. Not even the queen can change number 1 to mean number 2. And the algorithms, it will always read that. So the blockchain works in a way that it is immutable, it is incorruptible, and it can be able to handle gigantic numbers of transactions at digital speed. A blockchain is basically a digital ledger. That's all. It's basically a digital ledger. So the blockchain does not only facilitate money or cryptocurrencies like Elvis has told you, but it facilitates almost anything of value. And the world where we are going is going to be highly digital and it's going to be highly digital and very much tokenized, decentralized. What do I mean by that? I mean, ownership is going to be tokenized. Ownership is going to be digital. You own a home, it's going to be on a digital ledger. And transferring of that home is going to be at digital speed. And you're going to have a digital identity. The Bible talks about these things. You're going to have a digital identity. Your chair you're sitting on will have a digital identity. Your phone has a serial number. That's a digital identity. So every ownership, land, the position you hold in your company, everything is going to have a digital identity. So everything is going to be easily transferable, very secure at digital speed. So if you do not own, in my view, if you do not own and if you do not understand these technologies, where the world is going, it permits me to say that within a few years, probably you're going to be out of employment, maybe within 2 or 3. If I was making this presentation 2 years ago, I would say within 10 years or 15. But with how the world is going, permits me to also say that within 2 or 3 years, we might not have jobs. By the end of this year, over 30 million humanoids are going to be created. They will already be in service. I don't know if we know what humanoids are. These humanoids can literally do anything because they work on the blockchain and they can be able to access the value they can be able to access the value of the value of those identities, the identities that we are talking about. So mostly they are going to be able to replace everything. Just imagine if all the knowledge that you need, probably if you're a surgeon, it's just a download away. With even human beings, the introduction of this blockchain, we are going to be able to, at one point, be able to download, if you want the law information, you want to become a lawyer, in probably 2 or 5 minutes, you can be able to download that information straight to your brain or straight to your chip. It's going to be as easy as that. So a lot of things are going to, they're not going to make sense. Things that we have been knowing are not going to make sense within a few years, and the world is going here. These things are already being regulated. And I came in, Elvis was already talking about non-fungible assets and fungible assets. Fungible assets are basically the things that you see around you being tagged into numbers, into serial numbers. And then the non-fungible tokens are those that have sentimental value, like he explained. They have sentimental value to the population. Like he explained, the warranty of arrest of Nelson Mandela and several other things that have been sold as NFTs and several things. So if we zero down to what is going to be possible and how people are going to be able to exchange money from one place to another, it's going to be through cryptocurrencies, money that moves on the blockchain, and money that is secure and also that can be able to facilitate trade in this very fast-paced world. Today, when you send money, it at least lags for minutes, if not days, if you're trying to send money abroad. Yet the information age has evolved to the extent that if you want to communicate to a relative in the UK right now, they are just a text away. They are just a few seconds away. So money should be.
But you've seen what we're demanding. You've seen him.
Okay, I think
you can proceed.
Someone needs to mute. Okay, thank you. So everything is going to be everything needs to be at digital speed. If the data-driven industry has evolved to a point that you can be able to execute informational data within seconds with your business partner away, several countries away, the payment system should also come to that speed, and it should be more secure. It should be more secure than the present banking system. Like I explained, the present banking system is highly centralized. Admin, can you please help?
Me as a day to.
Thank you. Yes. So the modes of payments basically are going to be cryptocurrencies, and cryptocurrencies are not digital money like mobile money. Mobile money still has all the disadvantages that fiat currency has. They have the high transactional cost. They have the urban stock model. It has they have trusted middlemen that are susceptible to pressures of corruption and inflation. It has all the disadvantages that fiat currency has. So blockchain and cryptocurrencies that are being regulated in most of the countries in the European Union, USA, South Korea, Japan is where the world is going. And this money is this money is going to be moving through these technologies. So back to the question of whether cryptocurrency is a scam or not, I'm going to tell you my own experience. My own experience is that you can be able to work with cryptocurrencies, study blockchain on your own. As a matter of fact, you can have a small office at home, or rather you can even decide to do it somewhere somewhere at a remote area, because you do not need to let anyone know that you're a cryptocurrency trader, or you do not need to I mean, it's all about you, an internet connection and your computer. If you want to trade in cryptocurrencies, that means you have to have financial knowledge, just like people that are trading Forex or that are doing the bank business have financial knowledge. You must know the financial indicators. You must know when to buy and sell You must know your Fibonacci retracements, awesome oscillators, Bollinger Bands, moving averages. You must know these data analytical tools for you to be able to know when to buy and sell. Now, to answer your question whether cryptocurrencies is a scam or not, I could say I want to boldly say that cryptocurrency is not a scam. And it is a victim of the many people that have used the topic cryptocurrency and they have been able to pass their own agendas. Like, for example, yeah?
Can I just explain something briefly about the buy and sell? About the knowledge, the knowledge to buy and sell is what makes you break through in the crypto industry. I'll give you a brief example. This evening, before I left office, I decided to take a trade just for demo to show this place. Now, this is a token, one of the tokens being traded on one of the exchanges. I took the trade, like I told you, all these transactions are registered. I took a trade of less than $1. It was 0.6, if to be exact. I think we can all see this margin, $0.68. This trade was taken at 16.25 this evening. Now, if you cannot flip $1, you will not be able to flip $1,000. Some people might think if I have $1,000 and I put it in the market, I will get money out of it. No, this is today alone, this market alone has circulated $343 million. But I took this trade at 4 coming to 5 of $6.8. Right now, that particular trade has made a turnover of 120%. And the profit I have made is $0.86 out of $6, remember. So you can do the math. These indicators that are being mentioned help you to know what to buy, when to buy, not just bring money and throw it there. That is if you want to be a trader. So this was just a demo that I took this evening. The signatures are there at 16:25 hours. That was 4:25 before I left office. And I wanted to use it as a demo to show that you can actually make a turnover from these trades. So now the profit that is registered is 0.81 out of the 0.6. The balance should be both combined. Yes, Festo, you can go ahead.
Yes, Elvis, thank you for that. Actually, I've taken a screenshot. I'm going to use your own screen to help elaborate more. Yeah, the reason as to why people have mistaken cryptocurrencies for scams, especially in Africa, it is because people have created schemes that they have called cryptocurrencies that are not really cryptocurrencies. Cryptocurrencies is this, yeah? You know a digital asset and you want to trade in that particular digital asset. It's about you and your person and your computer. That is all. You do not need to market. So most of us cryptocurrency traders were quiet for most of our years, trading cryptocurrencies at the comfort of our own homes, because we didn't need to market it. We didn't need to market it so that we can be able to tell someone, so that that other person can also, we didn't need to market it so that we can be able to tell someone, and then another person tells another person, and another person tells another person to make it a tree or something. I'm sure this is what most of you guys have been told, that you bring two people. This is purely network marketing. It has nothing to do with cryptocurrencies. If I'm trading in an asset like gold, I do not need to tell the whole village I'm trading in gold. It's about me and my skill. Or if I decide to hold gold as an investment, I'm still going to hold it quietly. I'm not going to tell this person to tell this one and this one and this one and this one and this one. Now, it is unfortunate that people that have started network marketing schemes are the ones that are in the ears of the entire public, marketing this as cryptocurrencies, and the entire public knows this as the cryptocurrency traders are out there on their desks doing exactly what they are supposed to do without being in the public. So it is these people that have really created the bad name for cryptocurrencies. Cryptocurrencies has never been network marketing at all. It does not pay with commission at all. So because as cryptocurrency traders, what you need is knowledge. You do not need to tell who to tell who to tell who. Our voice is not heard amongst people, that amongst the public, but the public knows, has branded the entire cryptocurrency industry as something that has come and become a bust out of a pyramid scheme, and people have left with people's money. So this is the reason that led us to create Mitro Plus Labs, so that we can be vocal about these things, so that we do not have to leave our own countries, go to crypto-friendly countries, so that we can be at home and then be able to heal what has been damaged so bad. And it's the reason we are giving free education about cryptocurrencies. It is the reason we are also exploring creating digital assets as still a carry along of the students that are passed through us, passed through our creation, our innovations of cryptocurrencies. So if it wasn't for Mitro Plus Labs, probably you would know Elvis and know him for what he does, and you would never know he does cryptocurrencies. We decided to go vocal because we need to just change this. We needed to change the narrative that is within the market. And part of the reasons is because cryptocurrencies are here to stay. Countries are already regulating these cryptocurrencies, and we cannot keep just watching as we migrate to those countries, yet we can actually do something here at home. So for those that do genuine cryptocurrencies know exactly when and how to trade. You heard about my abduction, my abduction incident. Sometimes I think God allows things to happen for a reason. This thing has been able to open for me up the judiciary, the security agencies, police, and several other things, several other organizations, and they have been able to know what cryptocurrency is. If an abductor can be able to withdraw cryptocurrencies at 4 a.m. in the night into cash, why would now a security agency say it's cryptocurrency is money in the air that you can never withdraw or touch? So now they are getting to learn firsthand. You get. The other security agencies are also getting to learn. I walked to URA so that I can be taxed because of the volumes of things that I was getting through my cryptocurrencies. I walked through URA and told them I need to be taxed. I'm a cryptocurrency trader and I want to pay my taxes. I shared those emails, I think, recently after the abduction, and I have been filing my taxes. So the industry is new. It is going to be regulated here in Uganda as well, but most of the countries have been regulated. Cryptocurrencies is not a scam. It is important for you to pay attention to these technologies. Just imagine if you were around during the time the internet came. The internet was here. People made a lot of money just knowing how the internet works and how they would use it. Just the other day, I bought a computer. A car computer, a computer to read and delete car errors. For those that use German cars, you know those kinds of computers. Usually they are very small. You see, people like Wavamno got connected to people out there through the internet, and they were able to bring in those things that maybe $7,000, $8,000. They were able to brand themselves Mercedes, and they were able to be the ones that were diagonizing cars for the entire country, simply because they were able to be connected to these people. And right now, because the internet has circulated and deeply rooted into people, a person like me can also buy a computer for as low as 1 million shillings, 2 million shillings. I can be able to diagonalize my own car. Something that would have taken me at least 3 million shillings to be diagonalized just about 6-7 years ago. So a lot of things are going to be changing as the blockchain takes root, and it has already taken root. This new registration of national IDs will let you know that they are taking your digital print, your eye print, your fingerprints. They are in Kenya. They have some implants they are giving these babies. So almost there's going to be a generation that is controlled digitally, and everything you do is going to be known. It's going to be as transparent as transparent can be. I'm a Christian, do not mistake me. And when you read the Revelations, you will see that the Bible clearly talks about these things that will happen. And you just need to find yourself as a Christian. Where do you fit in that particular era? Because if God said this is going to happen, it must happen. And we are seeing these things happening. Things that were prophesied 2,000 years ago, we are seeing them happen. So this is what I could tell you. We just need to separate cryptocurrencies from network marketing. And also, there are two types of, if you want to be able to take part in cryptocurrencies, you can decide to be an investor, like someone that buys land. You do not know what to do with it. You are not a good trader of land, but you want to keep your land. It is something that I did. I bought my first Bitcoins in 2013 and in 2009, and I was able to keep those Bitcoins up to 2012, 2013. And I bought each Bitcoin at 0 point something. I sold at when Bitcoin was at it was at 157 US dollars, and that's when I continued making research about cryptocurrencies and everything. But also, let me also highlight this before we call some questions, Elvis. Cryptocurrencies and blockchain go hand in hand. And every cryptocurrency that we buy, you have to do your due diligence. You do your due diligence before you invest in any cryptocurrencies. Yeah. And your due diligence is you need to find out what that particular cryptocurrency does. For example, you heard about Bitcoin. It was the first cryptocurrencies, and it facilitates payments that are peer-to-peer. It basically works like money. Since it was the first cryptocurrency, it was able to attract traction and stuff like that. Then I invested in XRP because it replaces the work of Swift and companies like MasterCard. Whenever you are transferring money from one place to another, there has to be a middleman, especially international transactions. This is why Russia now created up their own payment system and got off SWIFT. So XRP is a direct translation for SWIFT that makes transfers much safer and faster. So the reason as to why we invested in XRP when it was still at 0.001, it was because we did the due diligence and we realized that it has this utility and it is going to be demanded by a lot of companies in mainstream finance. That's why you see companies like BlackRock, companies like JP Morgan Chase, Abu Dhabi's Mubadala, they are all buying XRP because they know where the world is going. And when you see that, usually I have this motion that I usually tell people, follow where the big money goes. If you see that Google has partnered with Swift, XRP, Tesla has partnered. You see that you see that Boeing has partnered. What makes you think that what makes you think that these people do not have heavier statisticians and actuaries to be able to know that XRP is going to become a very big thing in future? So to me, usually I follow where the big money goes because I know where big money goes. They have employed their resources heavier than my own to be able to make due diligence and zero down that let's partner with this. It's going to work. Last year, we were buying a cryptocurrency called Fetch AI. Fetch AI is a cryptocurrency that enables artificial intelligence in cars. So anyone that drives recent cars, even Toyotas, German cars and stuff like that, cars are moving towards being autonomous. And cars must have now a brain. On all German cars now are buying Fetch AI products. They are buying Fetch AI tokens because this is the artificial intelligence that cars that the automobile industry is rooting for. All automobile are rooting towards having a completely driverless car, or they are trying to evolve towards what the future is. So if you have seen Porsche partnering with Fetch AI publicly, you have seen VW, Volkswagen partnering with Fetch AI, why wouldn't I go to CoinMarketCap? Why wouldn't I go to CoinMarketCap and and look out for the price of Fetch AI, and I would be able to put it on my watch list if I'm still looking for if I'm still looking for more investment procedures that I want my company to that I want Fetch AI to be able to fulfill. And then if it fulfills my investment procedure, if I'm not a trader that knows about how cryptocurrencies work, read about financial indicators to be active trading daily as Elvis has showed you. I just want to get that and invest alongside these big monies. I just can buy Fetch AI, keep it in my nano ledger or keep it in my wallet address, and then I'll just have to keep quiet with that for until it becomes something in this world. For until most of the car companies embrace it, a lot of people start until demand gets there. Just like buying land, and you know that one day a road is going to pass through near that land. So we have bought these cryptocurrencies like Fetch AI, Ethereum. Ethereum is for the smart contracts Elvis just talked about. We bought Singularity Network. We have bought Tron because of the utilities that they have. And we have also bought meme coins because of the communities that they have. So it's a matter of you knowing exactly, having the knowledge of where to invest, and do not let anyone keep for you your cryptocurrencies. That thing that people have been doing is purely network marketing. They create up a name, call it a cryptocurrency. It's not even on a blockchain. It's not transparent. It's being manned by someone that has to keep filling in figures for you. And then at the end of it all, the people grow tired of bringing in money, then it collapses on everyone. So basically, you just need to know the right knowledge if you're coming into a space like this. The best thing we usually advise is learn first. This is why we made our learning completely free. And I understand that there's also this notion that a lot of Forex traders, not cryptocurrency traders, Forex traders claim to teach people how to trade Forex. But the thing is that they also, at a certain point, they will want you to buy their courses. And this is how they make money. They do not even make money out of their own trades. But there is no better way of us trying to create our voice out there than education. So for us, we are continuing with education. The education is completely free, and it has enabled us be able to at least work with several parastatals here. And soon enough, the world is going to be able to adopt blockchain technology and cryptocurrencies, as we have seen. USA is regulating. USAID is going on to the blockchain technology. You understood that Donald Trump cut off funding to USAID simply because they want to be able to create a much more transparent. They want to be able to create a much more transparent module where the donor can be able to track his payments or his funds straight through the handler until the receiver of the donations. And it's all going to be done through blockchain. So the world is changing rapidly, and I would implore everyone to find a space. If you're a doctor, find the users of blockchain in your field. If you're a lawyer, find the users of blockchain in law and be good at it. If you're a farmer, the same thing. I was telling a friend of mine the other day, a surgeon, I was telling him that I would not allow the best surgeon in the world to operate on my mom if the same operation can be done by a robot with 100% precision. I cannot allow the best human to do it. And these preferences and decisions are going to be faced by many of us within a few years. Elvis, thank you. I think we've answered the question of whether cryptocurrency is a scam or not. It was the main presentation.
Thank you, Festo. Yes, Rita, go ahead.
Thank you so much, Festo. I'm obviously going to hand over to Elvis, and then we will read the questions. Are you ready for the questions?
Yeah, we are ready for the questions. However, let me just highlight one thing.
Okay. So there's some questions.
Well, the number of people who are wondering, this is like Forex, but this is not Forex. The trading, the concept is the same, but the application is different. Well, there are those who want to be day traders, like some of us would do, trade daily. But also, there are two ways to the coin. There are those who are investors, which is actually the best way to trade here. Buy a token, but please do your own research. Buy a token. Now, for us, we are fortunate enough to have a community where we do the research and share with the community. That's why Festo was alluding to the fact that last year we were buying this token. There's a time we were buying this token. So there are those community programs that we've been doing. Remember, at MitroPlus, we are building a tech-friendly community or a crypto-friendly community that will help us harness all these technologies. So there are those that come in with the investment mentality. Buy a token and hold it. He has given you his statement. He was able to hold Bitcoin from 0 point something up to $100 and something. Then he sold. You can also buy your token today and hold it passively. Keep your crypto. Sorry, I was going to say keep your Afro. But keep your crypto until you feel that it has appreciated to a point where you can liquidate it, and then you translate it into what you want. So the trading is two-way, but the best way to do it is to buy and hold. The people that are just going to treat it as an investment. Some people are happy to buy land in the middle of nowhere and leave it there for years. This is a more decent way to make the money. The crypto that you're going to buy, you're not buying it to show the whole community that I bought this crypto. It is your own thing. If you've done your research and you're sure of this token, you can actually buy it, hold it until it pleases your sell appetite. Then you can sell it out. That is, I just picked up that. Rita, we can continue. For instance, I showed you the trade that I took. I just took it as a demo. Right now, I think, yeah, it has flipped $1. Out of 0.68, I have made $1. Just imagine that was $100. Imagine that was $1,000. Then make a profit of 151, because right now it is 151%. So this is day trading, but not everyone can do this. But you can hold your money passively, because these are futures. There are different types of trading. These are futures. This money can easily be liquidated. But if you can trade perfectly like this and turn your money over and make a decent turn out of it, yes, you can do that. But you need to know how this thing operates. That is what we are saying. Learn how the industry works. Learn how the tools are used. But if you can't, you can be a passive investor, passive trader. Buy, hold, then sell in the future. Back to you, Rita.
I think you've answered actually some of the questions, because someone had said this is not for people that want passive income to sit back. I think you have answered that. Someone had asked if how do you know this is a scam, and I think you've also answered that. They're just our time is fast spent, so I'll just give you a few more questions to answer. Someone was wondering, Martin was wondering that the legislation from different countries, won't it introduce the same players in crypto, like the same banks and middlemen we are trying to eliminate. Then someone was wondering, how do they buy the Afro token? If you could share that as well. And I think lastly, someone was wondering what advice and what starting point would you give someone who wants to start cryptocurrency and investing in other financial services, but is still quite green about this whole thing. Then someone else also in the DMs, there's someone wondering how do they join the community and when aware the classes. Last but not least, someone was wondering how much capital they can start with, because after checking the cost of one Bitcoin, they realized it's about 300,000. So they were wondering how do they start, how much capital does one need to start on this journey? Thank you so much.
Let me start by correcting that last question. The cost of Bitcoin is 104,000 US dollars, not 300,000.
Okay. Thank you so much for that clarification.
How much capital you need? We advise people start with what you're willing to lose. Start with what you're willing to lose, because chances of you losing what you're starting with are very high. So start with what you're willing to lose, but most importantly, first learn how this thing works. Do not just dive into it.
Elvis, let me also continue with that.
Okay.
Yeah, it is important to stress the fact that you need to first learn exactly how cryptocurrencies work. Then you will know what to commit. You will know how much funds to commit in the industry. There are a lot of people that want to learn cryptocurrencies in 1 month, 2 months. A lot of people that say they are teaching people to trade cryptocurrencies and they are telling them you're going to learn in 3 weeks or 1 week. But our classes take place for a year. And we usually have Zoom calls at least twice at around this time every day. Twice in a week, 2 days in a week. So we believe in someone learning thoroughly before going into any kind of trade. By the end of the year, we are not even going to tell you buy this. You are going to have your own guided information, and you can decide to start with $1. You can decide to invest where Boeing has invested, where Meta has invested. You can decide to do that because you are now going to be following. Have you realized that if you are going to acquire something, maybe a car, a red car, you start noticing so many red cars on the road. So this is how it also works. You will start following a lot of these players in the industry, and you will know what to do exactly with. So there is no amount that you could start with. Myself, I could start with $1 million or $2 million today if I was to start. But would you do the same? No, because you do not have the same amount of knowledge and commitment. So you first try to learn exactly where you are, where you're supposed to be positioned, and then you can go there.
Yeah, Festo, another question was how to buy Afro.
Afro token is an educative meme, and it has been it's being shielded by our own community of students, and we are learning price development of a token, and it is also important for you to at least have someone explain to you what it really is before you could buy. However, buying it is simple. But today we were here to talk about if cryptocurrency is a scam or not. But you can buy Afro token on many exchanges like WeX, Poloniex. You can buy it on SunSwap. I think Elvis can be able to take you through that. But exchanges are like in the data-driven world, you could have an email on any platform that you want. You could have your email on Hotmail, you could have it on Gmail, you could have it on MSN, you could have any email service provider that you want. In most cases, these email service providers are free. So it's the same thing with cryptocurrencies. You can decide your wallet to be on Binance, on HTX, on SunSwap. You can decide it to be decentralized. It is your own. And you can be able to put your different digital assets in your wallet. So I think basically someone just needs to take you through. It needs to take you through, and then you will zero down on what is best for you.
Thank you so much, Festo and Elvis. Unfortunately, we have another meeting on this same Zoom link in the next 1 minute, so I may have to end this meeting early. I think the professionals will organize for us a follow-up session because people are interested and they have questions. So maybe just give us a concluding, especially for the people who wanted to join the community, how do they join? And then we will close this off.
Festo, you want to do that?
Please take it on. You interact with this community most.
Okay, we have a Telegram community at MitroPlus Labs where everyone and everything that happens in MitroPlus is shared. That's the first step to joining. We have a website you can follow. We have a community for the Afro token, the token that we created as MitroPlus for the students. You can also follow that community on Telegram. So I think those are the easiest places you can find us. But we also have information on YouTube. We have a number of videos explaining a number of things. The YouTube channel is at MitroPlus Labs official. So you can follow us there. But if you went to our website, mitropluslabs.com, all our social handles are down there. You'll find them.
Thank you so much. Let me just reshare the link to the I've reshared the link to the website so people can easily get information. Thank you so much, Festus. Thank you so much, Elvis. This has been I didn't understand crypto and I wasn't interested in understanding, but by the time I left this session, I'm intrigued. So don't be like when you see me at MetroPlus Labs. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much, the professionals group, for organizing this. And for those that have more questions, for those that need a follow-up session, the committee committee at the professionals ministry is going to sit and see if we need a follow-up session, and they'll contact Elvis and Festus, and then we will have a follow-up if it's needed, if they deem it needed. Thank you so much, everyone, for participating. And I'm just going to ask, I don't know if Machai can pray and conclude, and then we just close the meeting.
Thank you, Rita, for moderating the session. Thank you to our presenters, and thank you everybody for making time to join. Yes, we shall sit down as a committee and see how to bring this discussion back so that we can be able to conclude it. Father, we thank you for what you're doing in our midst. We thank you, Father, for what is happening in the world today, the digital transformation that is happening in the world. Lord, it is happening in our time. I pray that, dear Jesus, we will be able to know what to do, to understand the times and know what to do. We commit the night into your hands and pray that your presence will continue to be with us, and that, Lord, your Spirit will guide everything we are going to do. In Jesus' name we have prayed. Amen. Have a good night and God bless you all.
Amen. May God bless you. Join in for our prayers.